Good morning, everybody. Omri here. Welcome back and thanks for joining. Today's sequence was hot and sticky. I am so sweaty. I'm looking forward to the shower after class and the shape that I love so much. Cool sequence today. Check it out in a few seconds. I know there's a handstand in there. There's even a lotus lifting into a crow pose. So it's like a crow pose, but with a lotus. I'm sure it has another name, but let's just call it that for now. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment below. And if you like this channel, hit subscribe. Thanks for joining. I'll see you tomorrow.
Some days feel amazing, and some days feel like you need to slow down a little bit. Examine things a little bit closer as you move. Think about why you're moving like you are and if there's any changes you need to make. Often when I move, I listen to what my body's telling me that it needs in the moment. Since I have some lower back issues, you'll notice that I'm not particularly fond at this point of up dog. But there's a lot of other different movements where I let myself explore the back bend, like this lunge. And that's because it's easier for me to focus on lifting the chest up and forward and create space in my lower back than it is with my lower back compressed as it would be in an upward dog. Opening the hips and closing the hips and twisting helps a lot with hip mobility issues, sacrum issues, sometimes even lower back. But they need to be practiced carefully because you just don't want to make things worse. So from day to day, I let myself go a little bit farther, deeper into the practice. And one of the things that has been more accessible now that my flexibility and strength are coming back is that all the power that I've been working on in the meantime can be used to work on more advanced postures. As I go through my usual movement, I keep refining in the moment. Today you'll notice I'm keeping my toes long on the floor a lot. Trying to find balance where balance is difficult. That's something I always do. And even right here, this is a posture that most of my students can do with relative ease. For me right now, it's difficult to lift that foot off the floor. But I have all the time that I need to fix that. I'm not in a rush. But I like to go there once in a while and remind myself that things can still be an incredible challenge and how amazing it is to try to solve it. Now this movement is kind of weird. I was experimenting. It's definitely a difficult position for the knee, so I would be careful if you're trying that one. And reach out to me. Let me know if you have any questions about any of these movements. I'd love to discuss it. I don't know if you know me personally, but I'm kind of a geek when it comes to this movement, the yoga. And I have my own interpretation on it based on years of studying in different disciplines and teaching thousands of people, watching people evolve in the practice. And the same principles that I use when I teach are the same principle I use when I practice. Same techniques, same sequencing more in sense of when you're pursuing a movement, what should come before what, not which posture comes after which posture. That is not a big stress in my sessions. This was a fun one, jumping into a crow and trying to lift up. I actually wanted to try to go all the way up to a handstand, but that wasn't happening. And towards the end of the practice, I like to find some deeper twists. Playing with the balance of the twist. Less on the floor means a more compromised position for the posture, and at the same time very challenging. You need to focus a lot more to make it happen. This is a big movement that I'm enjoying these days. That's Kukkutasana with the arms open. It feels long, it feels open. It's expressive. I like to move into positions where I can feel that my body is both struggling and overcoming at the same time. And I can feel the difference between the two, and I can leverage the satisfaction from things happening to push myself a little bit more when things aren't. Here at the end, I wanted to finish with a lotus, lifting all the way up into the armpits, and then lowering down into a headstand and lifting the lotus up towards the ceiling. If you noticed, I had to lower my knees a little bit to counterbalance my front of the body coming down to the floor, and I have to do the same thing here when I come out. Bring the weight back first before it moves all the way down. Thanks for joining, everybody. See you tomorrow.